guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about something that is very dear to me. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding actually. It is about deodorant. Yes, we're going to be talking about deodorant today. Honestly, I've been wanting to do this video for a while. So it's something that I feel like more people are beginning to be aware of and they're starting to care about more, is what type of deodorant they're using. What are the ingredients? What does the company stand for? So in the formulation, I mean, just a lot of little things. So I figured, why not dive in? I know there's like a million natural deodorants on the market, but these are three that I have used multiple times. I have repurchased multiple times. So I have my little cheat sheets here. I definitely took some notes. And then obviously at the end, I'll tell you guys which one I love the most. I am going to start first with the Kosas Sport. So this is the Kosas Chemistry AHA Serum Deodorant. And actually the reason why I'm starting with this one is because if you go on the Sephora website for this deodorant, and actually quick note, most of my information did come from Sephora. So I did go onto the actual websites for a couple of these, not Kosas I believe, but for the other two, just to like fact check some of the information. But yeah, most of it came from Sephora. And I just, to let you know for reference for pricing, these are Sephora prices. But yeah, if you go to Sephora and you look at the images, excuse me, and you look at the images and then you like scroll all the way to the end, you will find a video where the Kosas founder is talking about this deodorant and actually her own body odor like struggles. And then she cuts to a real doctor who breaks down the actual science as to how this deodorant was created and the science of your armpits, like just everybody's armpits. And I think that's really cool because the way she broke it down was so seamless and she just made it so easy. So I will link that below. Definitely check it out. I'm going to try to say what she said, but if what I say does not make sense, check out the video because her video is really good. So just starting with a little bit, like some quick facts. First of all, sweat. Human sweat on its own is odorless. It does not smell at all. The only time the only time you get the BO is when you get an overgrowth of bacteria mixed with sweat. And so that's what happens in the armpits. You have sweat, which is odorless, but then you have all this bacteria, and when you mix it together, you get the BO. So then you have to do like a domino effect. Well, how did you get this overgrowth of bacteria? The reason why we have an overgrowth of bacteria is due to pH levels underneath our arm. So we have pH levels all over our skin, right? But the pH levels underneath the arms, just human anatomy, I guess, is higher. We have a higher pH level in our armpits. So because we have that high pH level, there's an overgrowth of bacteria. The high pH level causes an overgrowth of bacteria. The overgrowth of bacteria mixed with human sweat causes BO. So in the past, how classic deodorants handle that little equation is they would just mask the smell of BO with fragrance, which honestly takes me back. Comment below if you can relate to this. But at least at my high school, we had to take PE at least 1 year. But the period was like, and it could be different now. I mean, I haven't been in high school in a while. But the period was like 50 minutes or something like that. So we would get like 40 minutes worth of PE and then we would be dismissed to go get ready or like clean up, I guess. But 10 minutes wasn't enough time to actually like shower and like fully like clean yourself. So what a lot of girls would do is they would run back, they would change out of their PE clothes. And I went to a Catholic school. So we had uniforms. And so we would have to all change out of our PE clothes and then put our uniforms back on. So what a lot of girls did was they would just like spray like the Bath and Body Works warm vanilla sugar or whatever. They would spray that spray on top of themselves to mask the smell. Which is just kind of gross, obviously. And anyway, so yeah, so that's kind of what that reminded me of when she said that. I was like, ew. But it is what it is. I mean, whatever. So that's what classic deodorants did. Then you have antiperspirants. What an antiperspirant does is it blocks, so it basically uses aluminum to block the sweat glands. Because remember in our little scenario, the overgrowth of bacteria plus sweat equals the BO. So they didn't focus on the bacteria. They were just like, let's just get rid of the sweat. So they use aluminum to block the sweat. The problem with sweat is we need to sweat. I mean, we sweat for a reason. So sweat filters toxins out of the body. It helps to detox heavy metals. It also works as a internal temperature, so or temperature control. So when you're overheating, when your body's overheating, even if you don't feel it, your body knows. The body is smart, and you will naturally sweat, so the body can bring your body temperature back to a normal like temperature. So sweating is important. We shouldn't try to not sweat. I know there are some situations where people might have an issue where they sweat too much. That's something different. But just in general, human beings are meant to sweat. So blocking sweat glands, also not a good idea. So what Kosas did is they said, okay, we have to sweat, but we have this overgrowth of bacteria. The reason why we have the overgrowth of bacteria is because the pH level is so high. So let's just bring the pH level down, so then there is no overgrowth of bacteria, and then there's no BO. And so that's what they did. So starting with the BO issue, because after I explain that, I just feel like it's a good segue. What they did, the way that they were able to lower the pH level is by using AHAs, which are alpha hydroxy acids. 3 specifically. So they use shikimic, mandelic, and lactic. All 3 of those are alpha hydroxy acids, and they work together to bring down the pH level underneath the armpits. And again, once the pH level is brought down, you don't have that overgrowth of bacteria. You might still have some, but just like a normal amount. And then that normal amount mixed with the sweat doesn't lead to the BO. So yeah, that's how they address the BO situation. And then just some basic information. The price, this is $15, again, at Sephora. You get 2.4 ounces for that $15. The texture, so this is a serum deodorant. And so it does come in like a squeezy tube here. And then you have to use it, you just screw this off, and then you have a little like roller ball. So you could just go straight in with the armpits, or you could squeeze some out and then wipe it however you want. But just to show you guys the texture, so that is, hopefully that's focusing. Yeah, that is the texture. And this will dry down to a clear, I guess, formula. So it's definitely not gonna be super streaky. And it does, I mean, it's a serum, so it does feel wet, but then it definitely dries down. It doesn't leave like a sticky feeling or anything like that. It will dry down and you just won't even notice it. And then in regards to some extra ingredients, which I feel like are worthy of noting here, for moisture, they actually have aloe vera in here, which is really good. And then for hydration, they have hyaluronic acid. I love hyaluronic acid. I feel like everybody does. It's like the it ingredient, but anywhere, I mean, I live in a very dry climate, so to me, anything that's going to hydrate, I'm like, give it to me, yes. But yeah, so there is hyaluronic acid in here. And then in regards to scent, they have 2. One is called Serene Clean, and the other is Fragrance Free. I never even tried Serene Clean, I'm not going to lie, so I can't really speak to that. I think from what I read, it's just kind of like a fresh, clean scent. But I have just used, so the Serene Clean is in a green packaging, and this one is like a beige. I don't know if the camera is gonna, because I have a lot of lights in front of me, but this is kind of like a beige packaging, but this is the fragrance free one. And yeah, it really doesn't smell like anything. So that's this one. Moving on to deodorant number 2. We are going to do the Drunk Elephant. So this one is the Drunk Elephant Sweet Pitti Deodorant Cream. So starting off with the BO concern, what they use. Very similar to Kosas, Drunk Elephant also uses an alpha hydroxy acid, an AHA. And the one that they use is mandelic acid, which again, Kosas also uses mandelic acid, but they use 2 more. Mandelic acid was the only one that I could find, or at least that was the only one that was highlighted. So I'm pretty sure that's the only one they use. But I think it's the same concept, which is using an acid to help lower the pH so there's not that overgrowth of that bacteria. So also want to note this, Kosas, I couldn't find anything that really addressed the sweat. Obviously, like I said, it is good to sweat some. You don't want to just cancel out all sweating, but I do know that some people have an issue with sweating too much. So if sweat is an issue for you, that is something to keep in mind, that I couldn't find anything in here in regards to sweat. For this, they use an arrowroot, it's called arrowroot powder, which is a super absorbent, I can't talk tonight. This is a super absorbent powder that helps, I think, keep you dry. With the price, so this one is $16. You get 2 ounces for that, and the texture is a cream texture. So unlike the Kosas, which is the roller ball, this one you get this the little holes, and then at the bottom you have this little thing here, and you just turn it up, and then it comes out that way. And then you could definitely just go straight in, or you could wipe it and just rub it in underneath your arms, which when I use this, that is what I do. I kind of just like wipe it off like that, and then I will just rub it underneath my arms. But this is the texture. So it is definitely a cream, but same thing, when you rub it in, it dries to a clear finish. In regards to moisture, so the Drunk Elephant does use shea butter, so that definitely helps with moisture. I could not find anything in relation to hydration though. So again, remember this one had hyaluronic acid to hydrate specifically. This mainly just talked about the shea butter, which helps to moisture. And then in regards to the scent, there's only one, and it's fragrance free. So you don't get an option, it's just this one. I always felt like there is almond in this, and I felt like it kind of had almost like a vanilla almond scent. Slight, nothing like terrible, but yeah, a little bit. But I mean, technically it does say it's fragrance free. Last but not least, this is the Kapari deodorant for the BO issue. Kapari says they use a 100% plant-based formula that breaks down the odor-causing bacteria. So how the other two were saying, hey, we're lowering the pH level with this acid, and that's going to help stop the overgrowth of bacteria. This says that it breaks down the bacteria. So I guess the same concept, but instead of using acid, they're using their 100% plant-based formula. That's what I gathered from my research. For sweat, this has an activated charcoal. So the activated charcoal, it says, helps draw out toxins from the pores. And again, I'm assuming because it's charcoal, it draws out the toxins and then like dries it up. So that one, or that's what's going to help with the sweating issue. In regards to price, this is $14 and you get 2 ounces. And the texture is a stick texture. So all 3 of these have different textures. But let me show you guys. So this one is a stick, and you just roll it up like a good old-fashioned deodorant, and then you just rub it on. And so I'll show you guys. Same thing as the other 2. It is clear. So all of these are going to be clear, which is good. You know, that old school deodorant, like white stains. I hated that growing up. For moisture and hydration, it's the coconut oil. They kind of credit the coconut oil for being able to do both moisturize and hydrate. So that's going to take care of that. For the scent, there's actually 7 different scents. I'll link the website below because I don't think Sephora sells all 7, but their website does. But the original scent, the one that put them on the map, is this one. It's just the coconut one. And you guys, I could smell this for hours. This scent smells so good. It smells divine. This one for sure wins. I think I got some on my nose. This one wins hands down for scent. It smells so good. So yes, that is all the stats on all 3 deodorants. But what I care about is how long they last. And this one, I will tell you, lasts the shortest amount of time. It smells wonderful, but that smell does not stay with you very long. This guy will put in a good 16-hour shift. Maybe if you really get in there, you might be able to pull out an extra 8 hours. So like a day, which is fine. And some people might say, well, that's all you need. Like, you shower every day, put on new deodorant, like what else do you want? Okay, and that's fine, true. If you do that, I feel like this is a safe space, okay? Hashtag safe space right now. Sometimes I might miss a shower. I'm just saying. I don't care. I'll say it. I will say it. Sometimes you wake up, it's a lazy day, and you just might not shower. It just might happen, okay? Or not happen. This deodorant is not working overtime for you. It's not. It's not. And I am somebody who, like, I physically cannot put deodorant on without that area being clean. There's just something like my mind, I can't do it. So it will force you, even if you're like, I don't feel like showering, like I just want to roll out of my bed in sweatpants and like roll into Starbucks and get my drink and then leave. Like, why? You will have to shower again, or at least you will have to clean under your armpits to reapply this guy. So this, you get a day, maybe, okay? This one, you get longer. I would say this one will give you 24 to 36 hours. Not bad. And with this one, honestly, I feel comfortable saying you can probably get a good solid 2 days out of this. Yeah, you can probably get 2 days out of this as long as you use enough, okay? And you're not doing like any crazy, like if you're training for like a marathon or something, don't hold me to it. I mean, it is still a natural deodorant, but it definitely gives you longer BO protection, you know, for lack of better terms, than these guys do. So for that reason, I hate to say it, but not really, because I'm just here to tell you the truth. This one is the winner. This one is the winner. This is my favorite. I love this so much. You also get more product, and it's a squeezy tube. I love how squeezy tubes, you can squeeze it down all the way to make sure you get to use all the product. Yeah, so that is the comparison video. Again, all real good contenders. Whoop. As I'm dropping them, there we go. All great contenders, all three. And I loved all of them at one point. It's just, you know, as you get to use more and more products, you just get your favorites. And this one is mine. But yeah, if you guys have any questions that I did not answer in my notes, definitely leave me a comment below. I will for sure answer those. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.